So are you ready to jump into this Google traffic hack thing?
Yeah, let's see what we got here.
You know, this system that promises free targeted traffic to any product you want in like 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Sounds a little too good to be true, right?
Well, it certainly got my attention. I mean, you've given me a whole stack of marketing materials here.
Yeah.
We've got testimonials,
Right.
bold promises, even a story about some guy named James who supposedly figured out this secret formula for free Google traffic.
Yeah, classic marketing playbook.
Yeah, absolute design to hook people in.
And that 5 minute promise is like the biggest hook of all right.
Sure.
They repeat it constantly throughout all these materials.
Yeah.
It seems like they're really targeting those folks who are, maybe a little frustrated with the traditional SEO stuff.
Right.
And they just want results fast.
Yeah, they want that magic button.
But is that kind of speed even possible? In the world of online marketing, 5 minutes is barely enough time to choose a filter for your Instagram story.
Yeah, you're right. To be skeptical, 5 minutes is definitely pushing it.
Right.
SEO is a long game. It takes time to build that authority, optimize your content, earn those top spots in the search results.
Mm-hmm.
But, while 5 minutes might be a wild exaggeration,
Yeah.
there are strategies that can give you a quick traffic boost.
Like what?
Well, things like leveraging trending topics,
Okay.
or creating content that's specifically designed to go viral.
Gotcha.
So, the question is, does this hack tap into any of those legitimate strategies, or is it something else entirely?
Right, exactly. And they're not just promising any old traffic either.
Right.
They're emphasizing targeted traffic,
Targeted traffic, yeah.
which is huge.
Absolutely.
Anyone can get, random visitors to their website,
Sure.
but attracting people who are actually interested in what you're selling, that's the golden ticket.
Oh, yeah, that's the lifeblood of any successful online business.
Yeah.
You got to have that targeted traffic.
So how do they claim to do that?
Well, they keep mentioning creating this,
A digital property.
yeah, this digital property.
That ranks high in search results.
Right, but they're pretty vague on the specifics.
What could this mysterious property actually be?
Well, it could be a lot of things. It
Okay.
could be a niche blog,
Yeah.
a specific type of website, or even just a really clever piece of content.
So, give me an example.
Okay, so imagine a website dedicated entirely to reviews of left-handed kitchen gadgets.
Okay.
Sounds niche, right?
Yeah, very niche.
But there's definitely an audience for that.
I guess so.
And if you optimize that site correctly and you tap into the right keywords, you could potentially attract highly targeted traffic from people who are specifically searching for left-handed kitchen tools.
Interesting.
Now, that's just one example.
Yeah.
But, it gives you an idea of how a seemingly simple digital property
Mm-hmm.
could be used to attract a very specific audience.
Okay, so maybe there's a kernel of truth to this digital property idea.
Me?
But then they throw in this story about James, who apparently found inspiration for his traffic strategy
Oh, yeah.
after watching a video about a food critic.
Hmm.
What's your take on that? Could seemingly unrelated fields like that offer insights for our own, businesses or projects?
I think so, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes the most innovative ideas come from looking outside your own field.
Huh.
James's story, while vague, highlights that power of cross-pollination of ideas.
Like what kind of examples?
Well, think about how principles from nature inspire engineering designs, or how studying history
Okay.
can inform our understanding of current events.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So yes, there's wisdom in seeking inspiration from diverse sources.
So it's not always about just staying in your lane.
Exactly. You got to look around.
You got to look around.
The key is being able to connect the dots and translate those insights into actionable strategies.
That's a good point. And think about how many times you've stumbled across a solution to a problem
Yeah,
in your own life by applying an idea from a completely different area.
it happens all the time.
It's like that saying, when all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail.
right.
Sometimes you need to put down the hammer and pick up a screwdriver or a paintbrush or even a telescope to see the problem from a new angle.
I like that.
And that's what James's story is all about, right?
Yeah,
Finding inspiration in unexpected places.
finding those connections.
But how does that relate to this whole so-called Google traffic hack?
Well, that's where the marketing material gets a little murky.
Okay.
They're big on promises and anecdotes,
Right.
but light on specifics.
Yeah.
They outline a 3-step process. Create the property, add links, drive traffic to it.
Okay.
Sounds straightforward, right?
Yeah, deceptively easy.
Yeah, maybe even a little too easy.
So is that realistic? I mean, it's like they're presenting this like super simplified version of online marketing, which we know is anything but simple.
Right. Well, let's break it down.
Okay.
Creating a property could involve building a website,
Yeah.
a blog, or even just a high-quality piece of content.
Right.
Adding links could refer to building backlinks, internal linking, or even incorporating affiliate links.
Mm-hmm.
And driving traffic could involve social media marketing, paid advertising, content promotion strategies.
Okay, so those 3 steps.
They could represent a very basic outline
Yeah.
for any online marketing campaign.
Sure.
But the devil is in the details.
Right.
They're glossing over the complexity involved in each of those steps.
Like what?
Well, creating effective content,
Yeah.
building a high-quality website,
Yeah.
and driving targeted traffic. All that takes time, effort, and expertise.
And definitely not something you can do in 5 minutes.
Not even close.
Speaking of questionable claims, they keep emphasizing this idea of operating under the radar.
Oh yeah, under the radar.
Like you're some kind of digital ninja stealthily building your online empire.
Right.
Is that just marketing fluff, or are there actual benefits to being discreet with your online marketing efforts?
Well, there's a certain allure to the idea of having a secret weapon.
Right.
A strategy that your competitors don't know about.
Yeah.
But in reality, true stealth mode is nearly impossible in the interconnected world of online marketing.
Hmm.
Google's algorithms are constantly evolving,
Right.
and any successful strategy is bound to be noticed and analyzed eventually.
So it's more about staying ahead of the curve than trying to hide in the shadows.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But even if you can't stay completely hidden, are there any advantages to like focusing on those niche strategies?
Sure.
Or targeting those specific segments of the market that might be overlooked by others?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There can be real benefits to focusing on a niche.
Okay.
When you target a specific segment of the market, you can tailor your content,
Right.
messaging, and marketing efforts to resonate deeply with that audience.
Like that left-handed kitchen gadget example.
Exactly. You become the go-to resource for a particular topic,
Yeah.
or solve a unique problem that bigger players might be ignoring.
It's like that saying, the riches are in the niches.
There you
But if everyone's chasing those riches, how can this Google traffic hack claim to be a brand new strategy with no competition?
Good question.
How likely is that in the constantly evolving world of online marketing, where it seems like there's a new hack or secret popping up every day?
Well, let's be realistic. The internet marketing landscape is incredibly competitive. New tactics and strategies emerge constantly,
Right.
but truly groundbreaking innovations are rare.
That's how you're saying.
Most what's touted as new is usually just a rehash or a repackaging of existing methods.
Gotcha.
The idea of a completely untapped market is highly unlikely.
Okay, so what are some of the signs that our listeners should be looking for to distinguish a genuinely novel approach from a recycled marketing gimmick?
One of the biggest red flags is a lack of specifics. If the marketing material is full of vague promises and buzzwords, but doesn't actually explain how the system works, that's a major warning sign.
So it's not just about what they're saying, it's about what they're not saying.
Exactly. The gaps in the information can be just as revealing as the information itself.
Okay, I like that.
And another red flag is an overemphasis on speed and ease. If they're promising overnight success with minimal effort, that should raise some serious doubts.
Right.
Real sustainable online marketing takes time, effort, and a willingness to learn and adapt.
So it's not just about finding some magic formula and then kicking back and relaxing.
Not quite.
But they do try to bolster their credibility by touting the creators' combined 40 years of experience as proof they know what works.
40 years, huh?
Yeah. Does that automatically equate to legitimacy in the digital marketing space?
Well, you bring up a valid point.
I mean, you could have 40 years of experience doing things the wrong way, right?
Exactly. Experience is valuable,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't guarantee success or ethical practices.
So just because someone's been around the block a few times doesn't mean they've learned all the right lessons.
Nope. We've seen plenty of seasoned marketers who still push misleading claims or outdated tactics.
So how do you sort the wheat from the chaff?
It's important to look beyond those surface-level assertions
Okay.
and critically evaluate the substance of their claims.
All right. That's some great advice to chew on. And you know what? Maybe we should do the same.
Yeah, good idea.
Let's take a little time to digest all this information and then come back and really dig into whether this Google traffic hack lives up to the hype.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, we'll be back in just a bit. Folks, stay with us.
Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks. Let's jump back into this Google traffic hack and see if we can separate the hype from the reality here.
All right, so we've kind of tossed around the 5-minute claim.
Yeah.
That's probably a bit of an exaggeration.
Right.
And that whole stealth mode thing is pretty much a myth.
Pretty much, yeah.
But what about this idea of creating a digital property that ranks high in search results? Is that even possible without putting in, like the time and effort required for traditional SEO?
It's not impossible, but it definitely requires a deep understanding of how Google's algorithms work. Remember, Google's goal is to provide users with the most relevant and valuable search results.
Right.
So if you can create a piece of content that truly answers a user's query or provides, unique insights,
Yeah.
there's a chance it could rank well naturally, even without a ton of backlinks or traditional SEO optimization.
So you're saying it's not necessarily about tricking the system.
No, not at all.
It's about understanding what the system is actually looking for.
Right.
And delivering on that.
Think of it like this. Imagine you're writing a research paper.
Yeah.
If you just throw together a bunch of random facts and quotes without any real structure or analysis,
Yeah.
you're not going to get a good grade.
No.
But if you carefully research your topic, craft a compelling argument, and support your claims with evidence, you're much more likely to impress your professor. Google's algorithms are kind of like that professor.
Okay.
They're looking for content that is well-researched, informative, and valuable to the user.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, they also talk about adding links to this digital property.
Right. Those links.
Presumably, these are affiliate links,
Could be.
product pages, other destinations where they want to drive traffic.
Yeah.
But isn't link building one of the most time-consuming and challenging aspects of SEO?
It can be. Yeah.
How could they possibly simplify that into a 5-minute task?
That's a great question. And to be honest, the marketing material's pretty vague on this point.
Okay.
They might be suggesting strategies like submitting your website to online directories
Right.
or participating in forum discussions where you can drop a link to your property.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
And while those tactics can generate some traffic, they're not necessarily going to build the kind of high-quality, authoritative backlinks that Google really values.
So it sounds like they might be focusing on quantity over quality when it comes to link building.
Could be. Yeah, it's hard to say for sure.
But even if they manage to drive some traffic to this digital property,
Yeah.
how do they ensure that it's targeted traffic?
Right.
People who are actually interested in what they're selling.
That's where the choice of digital property becomes crucial.
Okay, how so?
Remember that niche blog example we talked about earlier?
Yeah, the left-handed kitchen gadget thing.
Exactly. If you create a blog specifically targeted at people who are passionate about, say, vintage video games,
Okay.
the traffic you attract is going to be inherently more targeted than if you just create a generic blog about random topics.
So it's all about finding that sweet spot where your passions or expertise intersect with a hungry audience.
Right. Find that niche.
But they also mentioned driving traffic from external sources, putting this digital property in front of large audiences.
Getting it out there.
What are some legitimate ways to do that? I mean, aside from plastering your link all over the internet, like digital graffiti?
Well, there are definitely ethical and effective ways to promote your online presence. Social media marketing, for example, can be a powerful tool for driving targeted traffic to your website or blog.
So using social media the right way.
Right. If you create engaging content that resonates with your target audience, you can organically attract followers and drive traffic to your property.
Paid advertising could work too, right?
It can be effective, yeah, if you
Yeah.
use it strategically.
How so?
Well, platforms like Google Ads and Facebook Ads allow you to target your ads to very specific demographics and interests,
Okay.
ensuring that your message is seen by the right people.
So it's not just about like throwing a wide net and hoping for the best.
Right.
It's about being strategic, understanding your audience, and using the right tools to reach them.
Exactly.
But even with all the right tools and strategies, how often do truly revolutionary marketing techniques actually come along?
That's a good question.
Isn't the online marketing world kind of like the Wild West, where everyone's claiming to have the secret to striking gold?
You know, there's definitely a lot of noise out there.
Right.
But remember, what's truly revolutionary is often built on a foundation of solid principles and best practices.
Okay.
The most effective marketing strategies are usually the ones that focus on delivering genuine value to the user,
Right.
building trust,
Mm-hmm.
and creating a positive experience.
So it's not about chasing the latest trends or fads.
Not necessarily.
It's about sticking to those core principles.
Yeah, while there might be new tools and tactics emerging all the time, the underlying principles of good marketing remain remarkably consistent.
That makes sense. So it's not about chasing the shiny object.
Right.
It's about focusing on the
The
fundamentals.
fundamentals, yeah.
But they also imply that you can set up as many of these traffic machines as you want.
Oh yeah, unlimited traffic.
Is there any limit to how much free traffic you can realistically generate? Can you just rinse and repeat this hack until you're drowning in website visitors?
Well, it's tempting to believe in the unlimited traffic dream.
Right.
The reality is that building and maintaining a successful online presence takes ongoing effort and adaptation.
So it's not a passive thing.
No, not
Yeah.
really. Even if you manage to create a system that generates traffic consistently, you'll still need to monitor its performance. You know,
Yeah.
update content, adjust your strategies, stay ahead of the curve.
Google's always changing things up.
Exactly. Google's algorithms are constantly changing, and what works today might not work tomorrow.
So it's not a set it and forget it kind of thing.
Unfortunately, no.
You have to be willing to put in the work, stay informed, and adapt to the ever-changing digital landscape.
That's the key.
But even if this hack isn't the magic bullet they claim it to be,
Mm-hmm.
are there any potential benefits or takeaways that our listener could apply to their own online efforts?
I think so.
Could there be a kernel of truth hidden beneath all the hype?
There are definitely some nuggets of wisdom buried within the marketing material.
Okay, like what?
Well, the emphasis on targeted traffic, for example, is spot on.
Okay.
Understanding your audience and tailoring your content and marketing efforts to their needs.
Right.
That's essential for success in any online venture.
So that's a valuable takeaway.
Absolutely.
What about that story about James?
Oh, yeah. James and the Food Critic.
Yeah. Is there anything to learn from that?
Well, it's a valuable reminder that sometimes the best ideas come from outside our own narrow field of expertise.
It's like that saying, innovation happens at the intersection of disciplines.
There you go.
So while the Google traffic hack might not be the revolutionary system they claim it to be,
Right.
it does highlight some important principles that can be applied to any online marketing strategy. But let's be honest, they're really pushing this idea of creating a passive income stream,
Passive income, yeah, that's the dream.
implying that you can set it and forget it.
Right.
Is that even realistic in online marketing? Can you really just sit back and watch the money roll in while you sip margaritas on a beach somewhere?
Let's just say that the passive income dream is often more appealing than the reality.
Okay.
Building a successful online business, just like any business, requires ongoing effort, dedication, and a willingness to adapt and evolve.
It's not a get-rich-quick scheme.
Definitely not.
Oh.
While there are definitely ways to automate certain tasks and streamline your workflow,
Mm-hmm.
the idea that you can completely detach yourself from your business and still see consistent growth is a bit of a fantasy.
So they've thrown a lot of bold claims at us.
They have.
They've dangled the promise of instant results,
Right.
targeted traffic, and a brand new strategy that guarantees success.
Mm.
But based on what we've seen so far,
Yeah.
is there any reason to believe that this Google traffic hack could actually live up to the hype?
Look, I'm always open to new ideas and approaches,
Right.
but I'm also inherently skeptical of anything that promises quick and easy riches.
Mm-hmm.
The online world is full of schemes and scams that prey on people's desire for shortcuts.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And based on the information we have, this system raises a lot of red flags.
So what are some of the key takeaways our listeners should keep in mind when evaluating marketing claims like this? What are the red flags that should make them pump the brakes and proceed with caution?
Number one, beware of hype and outlandish promises. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Good advice.
And always remember, there's no substitute for hard work, consistent effort, and a commitment to delivering real value.
That's great advice. Anything else our listeners should be on the lookout for?
Don't fall for the allure of secret or exclusive knowledge.
Okay.
The most effective marketing strategies are often based on well-established principles and best practices.
Right.
Don't be afraid to ask questions, do your research, and seek out multiple perspectives before investing your time or money in any system or program.
That's such an important point. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of a new hack or secret, but it's crucial to take a step back,
Yeah.
do your due diligence, and make sure you're not being swept away by empty promises.
Absolutely.
And remember, you can always reach out to us.
That's right.
If you need help navigating the sometimes overwhelming world of online marketing.
We're always here to help you cut through the noise and find the strategies that actually work.
Well, on that note, I think we're ready to move on to our final thoughts and deliver our official verdict on this Google traffic hack.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we're back and ready to deliver our final verdict on this Google traffic hack.
All right, let's do it.
I mean, we've spent a lot of time going through all this material.
Yeah, we've really dissected it.
We've analyzed the claims,
Mm.
we've explored the potential strategies, and I gotta say, I'm still a little unsure.
Hmm.
So after all that, what's your assessment?
Well, they do touch on some legitimate marketing principles, like you said.
Yeah,
Targeted traffic, the
Yeah.
importance of valuable content.
right.
But the way they present those ideas,
Yeah.
it feels misleading and overly simplistic.
It's like they took some basic marketing truths and wrapped them up in a shiny, seductive package.
Check.
Designed to appeal to people who are looking for quick and easy solutions.
And that's what makes this kind of marketing so dangerous.
Yeah.
It preys on people's hopes and dreams, promising them a shortcut to success
Hmm.
without acknowledging the hard work and dedication that's truly required to build a sustainable online presence.
So for you, the listener, be wary of any system or program that promises overnight success
Yeah,
or makes it sound like you can bypass the fundamental principles of good marketing.
absolutely.
There's no magic bullet, no secret hack that will magically transform you into an online marketing guru overnight.
The real hack, if you want to call it that,
Yeah.
is a combination of hard work, consistent effort, and a willingness to learn and adapt.
So don't get caught up chasing the next shiny object or falling for those empty promises.
Right.
Focus on building a solid foundation for your online presence.
Invest in your skills.
Learn from reputable sources and be patient.
Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is a successful online business.
And remember, you don't have to go it alone. There are tons of resources available to help you along the way.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Online courses, communities, experienced mentors, consultants.
Don't be afraid to ask for help or seek out guidance when you need it.
Sometimes the best investment you can make is in your own education and support network.
Couldn't agree more.
Surround yourself with people who are knowledgeable, supportive, and genuinely invested in your success.
That's key.
And you know what else? Never underestimate the power of your own unique perspective and experiences.
Yeah, that's important too.
The online world is a vast and diverse landscape, and there's room for everyone to find their niche and share their voice.
Absolutely find what makes you unique.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into this Google traffic hack, we just want to leave you with one final thought.
Right.
Don't be discouraged by the hype or the pressure to find that perfect strategy. Focus on building a sustainable business based on authenticity value and genuine connection.
That's what it's all about.
And hey, we're always here to help you navigate the ever-evolving world of online marketing.
Absolutely. Reach out anytime.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.